Tonight on SCTV3, we take a closer look at how the strength and conditioning programs prepare student athletes for their season.
Plus, see how recent changes to national DEI policies are going to impact the school's office.
All that and more tonight on SCTV3. Hello, and welcome to this evening's edition of SCTV3's Weekly News. I'm Morgan Barboza.
And I'm Patrick Fergus. Thanks for joining us.
We begin tonight with a spotlight on the connection between student athletes and the strength and conditioning programs, working together to create a regimented workout routine. These athletes are up at the early hours of 5 and 6, improving their physical abilities.
With their season quickly approaching, the baseball team has been in the throes of these early morning workouts, designed and monitored by the strength and conditioning students. SCTV3's Dante Iafredi tagged along to give a close-up look on how it's all put together.
Before dawn breaks, and while most of Alden Street is sleeping, Springfield College's athletes transform the quiet morning into a proving ground of strength, discipline, and legacy. Their early morning lifts are more than just workouts. They're a ritual that builds not only muscle, but also character, forging a tradition that defines the spirit of the college.
And front squatting helps us stay agile while gaining and maintaining strength throughout the entire year leading up to the season. And what we're doing now is just more focused on speed and recovery, really, leading up to the season. And we're just excited to get out there, get after it March 1st.
For the baseball team, early morning lifts aren't optional. They're a commitment. With their season just around the corner, these players are working to ensure they're stronger, faster, and more prepared than ever.
That early morning fit is really the only thing we can do with them in terms of bringing everyone in. At the same time, Coach Sims is obviously not involved this year. He's at home for personal reasons, but he liked that 6 a.m. slot. He's an old school guy. I think he, enjoyed the getting up early and, holding your teammates accountable. And so that's kind of been a tradition that has stood with the baseball team for a long time. So I'd say it's a combination of wanting to get everyone in here at the same time, and two, a mixture of, what Coach Sims believes in, for sure.
These sessions focus on explosive movements, building strength that directly impacts game performance. Every rep is designed with a purpose. The Springfield baseball team in 2024 showed improvement on the base pass, stealing 9 more bases compared to the 2023 campaign.
Kind of from AT student side, I always get told from Dr. T, especially down in the weight room, that sleep is the biggest thing. So in order to get that performance and really improve their health from doing those morning workouts, they probably need to start getting to sleep sooner.
Preventing injuries is just as important as building strength. Stretching, hydration, and recovery are all part of the bigger picture. According to NCAA studies, teams with structured strength and recovery programs report up to 50% fewer in-season injuries.
We usually get there, stretch as a team all together, and then coach puts us through some drills. We'll bang out those drills, and then we'll head over to the weight room. As we get to the weight room, we'll start our lift. Coach will go over our lifts we have to do. We'll get them done. And a big thing that I love to do in the weight room is definitely motivate the guys, get them going, and push them as much as I can.
For the baseball team, early mornings aren't just about building strength. They're about building trust, camaraderie, and a culture of winning.
I mean, there's definitely plenty of strength and conditioning traditions that kind of oversee our entire program, how we approach things. Tradition, integrity, excellence, that's right on the board out there. We slap it on the way in, we slap it on the way out, so do the athletes. And it kind of, there's a few pillars of how we carry ourselves. In terms of, personal to team, that's going to depend on the strength coach from year to year. Obviously, there's different teams have different traditions every year. I'd say this year has been a monumental year for the baseball team in terms of creating new traditions. So we did the entire Stud Bolt Challenge in the off season, which was semester long, few challenges in and out every week. We kept score, we had teams. So that was definitely new.
For players, these early mornings build strength and unity. But for the graduate assistant running these sessions, it's the start of an exciting new chapter. Caden Maynard, who I previously spoke with, recently accepted a position with the Toronto Blue Jays minor league system as a strength and conditioning coach, taking lessons learned at Springfield College to the next level.
After I had conducted my interview with Maynard, I hadn't known about his new job acceptance, mainly because he hadn't mentioned it until after we spoke one-on-one. I was able to connect again with Maynard via email, and he said, quote, "Springfield has been such a huge part of my journey. Without these Springfield College athletes, I wouldn't be able to take the next step, and I am extremely grateful for each and every single one of them, end quote. For these Springfield College student athletes, success starts before the sun comes up. Outside of Archie Allen Field, and reporting for SCTV3, I'm Dante Iafredi.
Springfield College is widely known for its historic strength and conditioning program, as well as coaches who have gone on to work at every level of sports.
The Springfield College Counseling Department set up an internship and employment fair in Judd Gymnasium on Monday afternoon. The event was an opportunity for graduate students and students in the clinical mental health program to make connections for future job opportunities. The event had tables all around the gym, with supervisors from local sites engaging directly with the students and providing them with insightful information on what the next step in their career might be. The event included companies like Mainside Alcohol and the Drug Addiction Center and the table from the UMass Athletics Department. Along with another event tonight, the school frequently hosts networking opportunities for students to extend their reach.
With the recent snowfall and more on the way, facilities management has been hard at work keeping the campus safe. Facilities management is, quote, the leader of design, construction, and maintenance, end quote. The facilities team provides services such as building maintenance, event setup, and snow cleanup every year during the winter. While a remote day typically means less work for students and faculty, the facilities team is cleaning up the snow or preparing for incoming snowfall. The crew's cleanup process includes plowing snow off the streets and using machines to remove it from the sidewalks. Director of Facilities Management Kevin Roy spoke on how they prepare for incoming snow.
We try to prepare for the worst case scenario on most of the storms. So we're prepared for 6 inches, and if we get 2, it's great. It's worse when it goes the other way, when we prepare for a lower amount, and then we're kind of scrambling. So prepare for the worst and hope for the best. That's our motto.
Facilities will continue to keep walkways clear and use salt to deal with any icy spots.
CAB held a special Valentine's Day bingo last night. As students crowded into the Union and grabbed their boards, they had their eyes on the prizes up for grabs. Prizes that included a popcorn maker, Lego set, throw blankets, poker sets, and even AirPods. A gift card tree was also available with cards to Wendy's, Sonic, Hot Table, and more. The biggest of the night, though, was a Ninja Creamy Deluxe, a personal ice cream and gelato maker. As usual for bingo night, the atmosphere was charged, as each student hoped to cross off their boards first. If you missed Valentine's Day bingo, another round will be held on March 12th with the theme yet to be announced.
As part of the Black History Month programming, an Afro dance night class was held on Monday night in the Wellness Center. The event was led by Tracy Thomas, a gifted dancer and performer, as well as instructor at Shooting Star Dance Center in Springfield. Thomas guided students through the basics of many African dance styles. Shoulder and hip movements were the main aspects of the different dances being taught. Thomas also talked about the history of African dance in the United States and its impact on African American communities. At the end of the class, students put together each step into a final performance. A diversity mixer was also held on Tuesday night, where students of different cultures engaged with other members of the college community.
Springfield College prides itself on its diverse campus and strives to ensure every student feels welcome and included. On January 20th, President Donald Trump signed an executive order rolling back DEI programs on the federal level. SCTV3's Lanaya Delgado sat down with Dr. Slandy DeJuice and Deja Ware to talk about how it's expected to impact the college.
On January 24, 2025, President Donald Trump signed an executive order that rescinded DEI funding and programs. This is not only something that affects businesses, but also schools. I sat down with Dr. Slandy and Ms. Ware to talk about how this may impact students on campus.
Diversity is celebrating the differences amongst all of us and considering all the different dimensions of who we are. I would say equity is thinking about the access and opportunities and resources that we need in order to ensure fairness amongst us. And did you say inclusion? Mm-hmm. Okay. Inclusion is making sure that once we have all of the different perspectives and voices at the table, that they're all considered to create an experience where everyone feels like their thoughts, ideas, and needs are also valued and centered.
Is this affecting students on campus?
Absolutely. I think students are concerned. I think not only students, but also faculty and staff are also concerned. I think immigrants are concerned about what's happening. and the leadership of the college has been really clear that this is something that we continue to value, DEIB, and that this is so central to our mission as an institution that will continue to do the work and will continue. A lot of both informal and formal conversations that are happening with students. I know many students also have gone to the student activities office because they have some mentors there. They've approached some professors and faculty. And even I have had some conversations with students. So I think it just depends on what the student is looking for.
The Office for Diversity, Equality, and Inclusion is located in the Union on the second floor, room 350. Reporting for SCTV, my name is Lanaya Delgado.
The Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion will be hosting several events in the coming days, including the Legacy Ball this Saturday and a talk-back conversation about 42, the Jackie Robinson movie, on Monday night in the Campus Union's Dodge Room.
Will the Springfield area continue with the regular snowfall? Liam Shannon has next week's forecast in Studio B. Liam?
Thank you, Pat. Let's take a look at the week's forecast. Frigid trends continue as winter has yet to ease up on Springfield. The sun should be out tomorrow, but that is the last we will see of it until next Tuesday. The weekend looks to be full of precipitation with chances of snow on Saturday and rain on Sunday. The highs remain in the 20s and low 30s, and lows expected to reach the low teens. We'll see partly cloudy conditions in the middle of the week with another chance of snow next Thursday. Now, let's take a look at some of the weather forecasts from across the country. Over the past few days, winter storms have threatened more than 80 million people across the Midwest and the Mid-Atlantic regions. A winter storm traveled up from the Mississippi Valley Tuesday morning, dumping heavy snow and ice across the central Appalachian Mountains and Central Plains. The Detroit area was hit with the worst of this storm last night into this morning. With heightened preparation, this has led to a salt shortage in the Detroit area. Hardware stores are struggling to keep up with the high demand, and they often sell out of salt. In the Northeast, towns are still recovering from this past weekend storm. Plows have been clearing snow since early Sunday morning and continued into Monday as snow continued to pour down. Many people were out on Super Bowl Sunday clearing their driveways and sidewalks. That's it for this week's weather report. Back to you in Studio A.
When we come back, the Dean of Arts and Sciences, Rachel Rubenstein, is the subject to our weekly Q&A.
Oh, Vanessa. You gonna text her back?
Nope. I'm high. I'm gonna hit the treadmill.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
We need to go meet the guys. I'm lit. Can you drive?
Nope. I'm high. How about they come over?
Where?
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Rachel Rubenstein, the Dean of the School of Arts and Sciences at Springfield College, has fit in seamlessly on campus since her arrival on 2021. SCTV3's Tucker Burkett has spoke with Rubenstein about what drew her to Springfield College and the importance of building connections with students and faculty.
In Western Massachusetts, which is my home, and I love this area. That is in Springfield, which I think is an exciting city and offers lots of opportunities for community engagement. And then the opportunity to be the Dean of Arts and Sciences, because one of the things I loved about being the Dean of Advising at Hampshire was that I engaged with faculty from across and students from across the whole college. And so the arts and sciences, just in the disciplinary diversity, was really exciting to me. I really like people. I like talking to people. I like learning about people. I really enjoy working with faculty. I love learning about what faculty do and their, professional journeys and their scholarship and their teaching. I love being invited to classes and watch faculty teaching. I think the faculty here are amazing teachers. And I really enjoy learning about the really cool things that our faculty are doing. The school spirit. I've never seen so many students wearing like their college apparel as I do here. I love the school spirit. I love that, students are, I don't know, just how all in the students are. It's a really, really nice atmosphere. I always say that the VAPA floor in Blake is my favorite spot on campus. It doesn't look like any other spot on campus. It looks like it's, it preserves the kind of industrial, steampunky kind of feel of the original mill building of Blake, and it smells like clay and paint.
Rubenstein routinely sits in on classes, so students will likely see her on campus over the course of the semester. Rubenstein always is happy to talk with students and faculty and can be reached by email at rrubenstein@springfieldcollege.edu.
The Honors Program is now accepting applications for its Fall 2025 cohort. As a member of the Honors Program, students receive a $2,000 scholarship each year and have access to special classes and workshops. After graduation, the program also provides fellowships for students. Rising sophomores who are invited to apply can check their email for information about the application process. For each cohort, around 30 students are accepted, and applications are closely reviewed. Honors Program Director Rebecca Lartigue discusses what goes into reviewing applications and benefits to joining the Honors Program.
So there are many benefits to being in the honors program. The best part is to be in a community of learners, working with some of the best faculty on campus and in a small group of students from a variety of majors from around campus to get a lot of different viewpoints. So that classroom experience is one of the best parts of honors. As far as what goes into the decision process, a committee of faculty and staff who work closely with the program will be evaluating each of those applications. We're really looking for students who have broad interests besides their major, who are really curious and very motivated as learners. We're trying to create lifelong learners.
The application is due this Saturday night at midnight. Make sure to get your application in by then and give your professors ample time to write a letter of recommendation.
Now we transition to some of the biggest national headlines from the past week. American teacher Mark Fogel was released from a Russian prison and returned to the United States through a prisoner swap. Fogel was serving a 15-year sentence for possession of medical marijuana and had been in prison since 2021. SCTV3's River Mitchell has the details.
In 2021, Pennsylvania schoolteacher Mark Fogel was arrested at an airport in Moscow, Russia, due to possession of marijuana, which he had for medical reasons, according to his family. Now, over 3 years later, Fogel has finally returned to the United States, in large part due to the efforts of President Trump.
I feel like the luckiest man on earth right now, knowing I had the support of my fellow Pennsylvanians, my family, my friends. It was so overwhelming. I will forever be indebted to President Trump.
This happened due to a deal that President Trump worked out with Russia. While he didn't say exactly what it was, the Moscow Kremlin mentioned that one Russian citizen who was behind bars was freed in return. Another big person involved in helping Russia and the United States in terms of working out a deal was Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman.
He was encouraging and pushing and looking for the right result, and it was helpful. It really was.
Now for Fogel's family, they're just happy to have him home safe.
I just got dizzy. I thought, did I get this right? I just want to see him. I just want to touch him. He will be a basket case. He will just cry and cry and cry.
President Trump also hopes that this will make Russia more cooperative in terms of ending the war in Ukraine. Reporting for SCTV3, I'm River Mitchell.
As part of the exchange, the United States is returning Alexander Vinnick, who was arrested after laundering millions of dollars through cryptocurrency.
California residents are prepping for one of the biggest rainstorms in the state's history. On top of the typical groundwork that goes into preventing flooding, officials are also working to make sure that debris from the Palisades wildfires doesn't get swept up in mudslides.
With a projected 4 inches of rain and some isolated areas expected to receive up to 8 inches, California has been preparing for potential flooding for the past week. In an effort to prevent potentially dangerous rescue efforts, county police departments have warned those in high-risk areas to evacuate their homes.
We have already been notifying what we believe through Public Works information are the impact residences, that could experience the specific mud flows or debris flows, and then the streets where the flows may be impacting not only residents, but the ability for first responders to come in and rescue people.
Loads of debris, especially the leftover destruction from the Palisades wildfires, have also raised concerns for officials. Mudslides especially could sweep the area and these large pockets of debris onto the roadways. Systems have been put in place by the Public Works Department to capture debris flow from the hillsides.
More than 7,500 feet of concrete barriers, more than 6,500 sandbags and other erosion control measures throughout the Palisades. Clearing of the catch basins and removal of fire debris to clear our storm drain system for these rains.
There is so much debris contributing to our street, could contribute to our street area, that we set up a system temporary of sandbags, K-rails, thousands of linear miles of K-rail, hundreds of thousands of sandbags, diverting, attempting to capture debris on the properties.
The concrete and sandbags have mostly been put in place in already scorched areas where debris flow is most likely. Another major concern are the powerful winds, which are expected to knock out significant power grids.
The robust storm system made landfall today, bringing strong winds, heavy rain, and snow in some areas. It's expected to downpour until tomorrow morning.
In recent weeks, the streets of Mobile, Alabama have been filled with protesters in response to the rising political pressure on immigration. They are demanding due process for immigrants. SCTV3's Kyle Valentine has more on the goals of the protest.
In Alabama, residents from the city of Mobile are filling the streets to deliver a message to the nation as a whole.
No walls! Sanctuary for all!
No ban! No wall! Sanctuary for all!
Speaking out against the topics of deportations and immigrants, the chant "No man, no wall, sanctuary for all" is a statement they hope leaves an everlasting impact on the people around them. Many of the protesters have already gone through the long process to come to the United States, so they relate to some of the emotions people are feeling.
I can tell you for a fact a mother would do anything for their child, and if that means going to a different country, they would do it.
Another resident of Mobile, Stephanie Garcia, says the process of becoming a U.S. citizen is already a difficult one, and she feels the deportations targeting Latinos take their chances from slim to none.
I think that if the process was truly that easy, then everyone would be a citizen. I think the idea that it really is just, oh, let me just sign up, that ideology is really not accurate, and I think people should just educate themselves.
Many are also upset about the people that have done the right things, waited years for their documents, and have contributed a lot to the United States economy. Latinos United Mobile organizer Yolanda Carreras had this to say about the situation.
I love to see everybody just come united. I see everyone from different nationalities and different backgrounds come in and support, because I think they understand that, we're better when we're together.
She is heartened by the fact that these deportations have brought her community together in an effort to help those looking for a brighter future. Reporting for SCTV3, I'm Kyle Valentine.
Latino United Mobile plans to hold a legal status citizenship workshop to help educate people on the process of becoming a citizenship on the 22nd at the Mobile Public Library.
After the break, Brian Weiss has the latest updates and scores from Pride Athletics.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a unique mix of all kinds of things.
Come on, Jules, spot on this last one. There it is.
Keep going with it. Leo! They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of SCTV3 Sports Extra. I'm Brian Weiss, bringing you the latest on all things Pride Athletics. Led by multiple high-scoring performances, the Pride men's basketball team defeated Coast Guard by a score of 93-80. After losing to the Bears earlier in the season, the Pride were looking for revenge. They started hot, going on a 15-0 run in the second half to take control of the game that led to the win in Blake Arena. The team's leading scorers, Josiah Evely, Cedric Rodriguez, and Jerron Flynn, combined for 57 of the team's 93, as the team shot 62% from beyond the arc in the second half. Springfield posted a staggering 40 rebounds throughout the game while defensively holding Coast Guard to 37% from the field. The Pride look to keep rallying towards securing a spot in the NUMAC playoffs in their next game versus Emerson on Saturday. The Springfield College women's basketball team defeated Salve Regina in NUMAC Conference Showdown in Blake Arena last night. The Pride won by a score of 76-72, led by leading scorer Amanda Leary, who had 21 points on 7 for 13 shooting. The Pride led the entire game, but still had to fight off a late fourth quarter run by the Seahawks, who narrowed the lead to just 2 points midway through the fourth. The Pride, however, would finish the game strong to improve to 5-3 in conference play and snag their 13th win of the season. The Pride will look to get another conference win against Babson on Saturday afternoon. That game is scheduled for 3 o'clock in Blake Arena. The men's volleyball team defeated MIT and Nichols in 3 sets during the tri-match last week. Coming in as the 7th-ranked team, according to the AVCA coaches poll, Springfield defeated number 20 ranked MIT in 3 sets. Looking for back-to-back sweeps, Springfield won the first 2 sets against Nichols and narrowly hung on for the last set, winning 25-19, 25-15, and 25-23. Joey Preach had 17 kills on the day, with Chris Rouleau chipping in 19 of his own. Setter Dylan Mulvaney dished out 62 assists. Mulvaney and Rouleau each had 3 aces as well. Springfield hosts NYU tomorrow at 8:15 in the Morgan Classic, an annual event held in Blake Arena. The Pride will either play in the championship game or consolation game Saturday night. This week, I spoke with men's volleyball senior Chris Rouleau about his volleyball journey and his goals for the rest of the season. Hello and welcome to our Athlete Interview of the Week. My name is Brian Weiss, and I'm here with senior on the men's volleyball team, Chris Rouleau. Chris, can you tell us a little bit about how you got into volleyball?
Yeah, of course. So for me, volleyball started in like 7th grade. First time it was available in middle school, just in like the boys volleyball area. It wasn't like big for the club scene yet. So just me and a couple of friends decided it would be a fun sport to try. It was that or wrestling at the time, and a couple of my buddies, we didn't really want to get into the contact sport. So we just decided, you know, we're going to try volleyball and see how it works. So went from there, and just as time passed on, found a true love for it. So, yeah.
Nice. And here we are at Springfield, and this year you've shattered a couple of your personal records. You know, you got a career high in kills, digs. This year you have 196 kills. Super impressive. Can you tell me like the key to your success this season?
Yeah, I wish a lot of it. I wish I can give myself a little more credit, but it's all about the guys around me. You know, it's as a middle blocker, especially my position. I can't really get the ball if it isn't for our serve receivers, just passing the ball in system, and then my setter Dylan Mulvaney. He's an incredible player. He gets me the ball at the right time. So all the credit to those guys. I wish it. Yeah, a lot of credit to them.
Yeah, it's awesome. You guys got some good going on down there. So. Yeah. Can you tell me any goals you have for yourself or for you guys as a team this year?
Yeah, so we are allowed to say this now. The goal is a national championship. Senior year, you know, we've gotten close. My freshman year, we lost. We were runner-up and then lost in the first round the last 2 years. So we're definitely hungry. We've been saying this is a bamboo year. So basically, a bamboo is the strongest wood out of any of them. And it takes 2 years to grow. Like I guess you plant it and then takes 2 years to sprout. So we feel that sprouting is done and it's time, and once it starts growing, it grows an inch every day. So we feel we're at that point in our process, and yeah, we're excited. A lot of fun stuff ahead.
So thank you, Chris. That's all we got for you today. Appreciate you for coming on.
Of course.
Doing this with us. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Rouleau is having a strong senior season, leading the Pride in points and blocks. The men's and women's swimming and diving team are nearing the end of their season, with the NUMAC Championships starting next Thursday. Stay tuned for Liam Riley's preview on the championship. Now to take a look at our weekly athletic schedule. Men's volleyball is hosting the annual Morgan Classic. They play NYU tomorrow night and either play in the consolation or championship game Saturday night. Women's basketball takes on Babson in a rematch of a game that saw the Pride lose 67-65. On Wednesday, men's basketball looks to topple number 17 WPI. Springfield will look to break WPI's 11-game win streak. Track and field will be traveling Saturday to Tufts to compete in the Jumbo Invitational. Men's lacrosse kicks off their season by taking on Nazareth. Springfield played Nazareth close last season, but lost 9-10. Women's gymnastics continues their season competing in a tri-meet against Rhode Island College and Cortland. To To see each team's full schedule, check out springfieldcollegepride.com. That'll do it for this week's edition of Sports Extra. Stick around to see what the campus truly thinks of Valentine's Day.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right, because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign, not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Valentine's Day can be a divisive holiday. Some enjoy spending time with their partners, while others see it as just another commercialized holiday to sell gifts and candy. SCTV3's Shane Barron got the opinions of the holiday from some Springfield College students.
I'm Shane Barron, and I'm here on the streets of Springfield College. And with Valentine's Day coming up tomorrow, I wanted to find out what people are doing and what their thoughts are on the holiday. How do you feel about Valentine's Day?
I think it's great. I love getting candy, so that's good. And Chick-fil-A has their heart trays, so.
Are you going to be going to get one?
I am.
Okay, are you going with a significant other?
Yes, I am.
Oh. What do you think the best thing you can receive on Valentine's Day would be?
Probably like chocolate or flowers.
Are you going to be getting any of those this year?
I don't know.
We'll wait and see.
Yeah.
Do you have anybody special that you'd like to say Happy Valentine's Day to this year? Anybody you want to send some love to?
Probably LeBron James. You know, me as a single male, I don't really care for it, you know. It's just me. How about you, Griff?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm a single guy. I don't really see much of a purpose, but I mean, the couple seem to like it, so that's good for them, I guess.
How do you feel about Valentine's Day?
I think it's fine.
Fine.
What? Yeah.
Like, give it a grade on a holiday scale.
Like a 6.
Okay. All right. I can get down with that.
Shout out my girl, Kaylee. Sir.
You guys going out to dinner?
Probably.
You gonna get her flowers?
Maybe. We'll see.
Delaney, how do you feel about Valentine's Day?
I'm indifferent.
I don't know what that means.
Just like, it's fine. Like, I don't love it, I don't hate it.
Okay. What's your favorite part about Valentine's Day?
I like the color pink and I like chocolate-covered strawberries.
How do you feel about Valentine's Day?
Shane, I happen to be a very romantic kind of guy. You know, I met my wife here at Springfield College. We got married on this campus in the union. So, you know, I'm all about it.
Okay.
So
you're a supporter?
I am a supporter.
That'll do it for this week's show. Thank you for joining us.
If you missed previous shows and stories, check out our YouTube channel, SCTV3, for every show posted on demand. Make sure you tune in next week.
Same time?
Same place.